goal, getting goal number 399. And does this create anticipation for 400?
Yeah, it was a big goal for the team. So, I think more important than anything was just that it gave us the lead and gave us a chance to get 2 points. So, it was obviously a pretty tight game. I think both teams were kind of grinding it out and trying to play tight. So it was nice to just get a break and be able to capitalize on it.
Can you lay out what you saw during that play? Did you think that you'd be set up for that goal?
Yeah, I'm not sure the D-man that passed it up, but I was coming off the bench and the brink just got a touch on it enough for me to skate into it. I just had to pull it around. One of their, I think it was one of their forwards, and had a lane to the net. The D-man was coming over, so I wanted to get a shot off before he kind of closed space and just tried to pick my spot and hit it.
Next question will come from Nick Gismondi with WGN Radio. Nick, your line is active and you can go ahead.
Patrick, congrats on the win. The mentality of this group seems, without being in the locker room with you, like a completely different beast than what it's been before. Can you give us an insight as to where that's at now, even after this game today, after you guys had that momentum in the second period and you come out and you really buckled down there in the third to get the win?
Yeah, we didn't have our best in the first, but I thought the second was pretty good. And it was just a tight game, so I think those are games maybe the last couple of years we wouldn't come up with points, or we'd struggle to find a way to win those. And this year I think we're just kind of sticking to the structure, sticking to the way we need to play, and we know that works for us. So I think when you have that confidence in the game plan and in the structure, then you can just play that way till the end and hopefully get a break. And that's obviously what happened tonight.
I think one of the biggest question marks coming into this season was what was going to be the situation in between the pipes for you guys. And you've gotten some big performances from a lot of the guys. Just as a player, as a forward, what's the mentality to have that trust in your goaltending and know that they're going to come up with those big saves? Does it open you up a little bit more? Do you feel a little bit more free to be a little bit more offensively creative?
Yeah, I mean, those guys have been playing great. I think, Lanky has had a great season, and, Subi has just been really good every time he's gotten a chance to play. So it's been pretty impressive, both of them. I'm sure they're trying to fight for their chances to get in the net and show what they can do. But, I think another thing is they work so hard in practice, and, maybe that's paying off, but, it's fun to shoot on them in practice too, because they want to stop every shot and they're always trying to get better. So, kudos to both of them for stepping in and doing a great job for us so far this year.
Next question will come from Cheryl Ray Stout with WBEZ. Cheryl, your line is active and you go ahead.
Hi, Patrick. What does it say about this team where you could win a game like you did the other night, 6-5 in overtime, and then be able to come back in a game that you win 2-0 in a shutout? It says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think like I was alluding to earlier, it's just kind of believing in our game plan and the way we play. And I think when you get that confidence in the team game, it just kind of takes over no matter what's going on in any given game. So it's nice to win. It's nice to know that we can win both ways. I just like that we just kind of hung in there the whole night tonight. Could have got frustrated, could have maybe let some adversity take over, but we just did a good job of hanging in there and waiting for our chance, waiting for our break and capitalizing on it. So, like I said, it's nice to know we can win anyway, but I think you've seen a lot of our games this year, they're 1-goal games, they're tight games, and we're just finding a way to stay in them and finding a way to win these, whether it's overtime or late goals or whatever it is. So it's nice to keep it rolling here.
Do you think it makes it hard for your opponents to figure you guys out?
I'm not sure. I just kind of know what's going on in our room, and there's just a lot of confidence, knowing that we're pretty much going to be in every game, and the game plan, the team game has just been building over the course of the year from game one to where we are now. So nice to see the progression.
Next question will come from Mark Lazarus with The Athletic. Mark, your line is active. Please go ahead.
Hey, Patrick. One of the things you guys have been frustrated by has been the inability to close out games and hold on to third period leads. What was different tonight, and how do you instill that killer instinct in a team, especially a young team?
Yeah, I think it's been frustrating in games that we haven't closed out. So obviously it was a pretty tight game, tie game till the last half of the third period, and I think we get ourselves in that situation. We want to know that we can close out games, and a lot of communication, a lot of bearing down when you're on the ice, making little plays to help out the team and help out, your teammates when you're out there. So I thought we did a good job tonight. Really didn't give up much at the end of the game there.
Is there any way to teach that, or does it just have to be a learned skill through experience?
Yeah, I don't think you just kind of have to keep playing the game. Keep sticking to the team game, the game plan that's, been set in motion here for us from the beginning of the year till now. So, like I said, we're confident in our team game. If we just keep playing the way we need to for the 60 minutes, then it seems like we'll be all right.
A couple more questions here for Patrick. We'll go next to Scott Powers with The Athletic. Scott, your line is active and you go ahead.
Hey, Patrick, was there a point in your career where you started shooting off 1 foot, and did that create anything for you? What does it create for you when you have those chances?
I just think learning to shoot off both feet has been, a work in progress over the years. And, I think the more confident you are shooting off the right or left foot, then you get yourself into situations where you're not really thinking about it and you just go off instinct. So, it's been a lot of work with Daryl, obviously, over the years, and Brian Kane as well. So both those guys are always trying to improve that part of my game. And, to get in situations like that and see it pay off just instinctively of what you're doing on the ice, it's always a good feeling.
This was obviously a long trip, 12 days, and probably a different type of grind. But what's your takeaway from this trip? And as it felt like a long time, I mean, restrictions at hotels and just things you guys can't do on the road.
Yeah, it was a long trip. Especially when that game got canceled there in Carolina, would have been, nice to play that one. But we had a few days in Carolina there just to kind of sit around. So time goes by pretty slowly, but it is what it is this year. Maybe a little bit slower this year for me, especially with my son at home and miss him. So it'd be nice to go home to the family tonight and see them tomorrow, and have I'm not sure how many days we got here at home, but I know we got, I think, 5 games. So be nice to be home for a little bit.
Final question for Patrick will come from Ben Pope with the Chicago Sun-Times. Ben, your line is active. Please go ahead.
Following up on the goaltending, how gratifying has it been for you just to watch two guys in Malcolm and Kevin who are underappreciated or unknown coming into this year, having their breakout moments and getting all the positive attention they've gotten for it?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I think both those guys have been working hard, and sometimes as a player, you're kind of worried about your individual game, but just kind of watching both those guys get paid off for their work ethic and the work they put in this season, whether it's in practice or before practice, I think has been, it's been huge for the team. So both those guys have been great for us.